intro. Welcome to the Disrespected Fathers Podcast Show. Today we have a very special show. We have an exclusive with my brother, Mansel Robinson. Mansel, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing all right, man. Stressed, but I'm doing all right.
Okay. Well, I understand, bro. Like we were talking about off camera, I understand why you stressed. I told you earlier, being a father and going through, I that's a nightmare. That's a nightmare. But tell the people and tell the audience who you are and what's going on, and then we'll get into it.
All right. My name is Mansel Robinson. I'm originally from Goldsboro, North Carolina, where the shooting happened. And I'm the father of one of the teenagers that was, that happened to did the shooting.
Yeah.
And it's tragic. And I tried to save my son.
Okay.
But,
So let's halt it right there, Mansel.
all right.
So your son, how old is your son?
He just turned 16 on November the 11th.
November the 11th.
Yeah.
My daughter's birthday is 2 days before that. That's insane. Yeah. Scorpio power. I don't know, but 16 years old.
Right.
And for the people, the audience members that do not know, there was a young lady, a baby that was unalived in Goldsboro, North Carolina. By the way, my brother, he was stationed in Goldsboro, and I've been up there. And there's not really a lot to do in Goldsboro, correct?
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. It's more projects than anything in Goldsboro.
Yeah. Like when I was there, visiting my brother, because he was in the military. All I seen was road and Mexican restaurants. That's all I seen.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But for the most part, it felt like this is where people come to chill, be home. I have a homely environment. But Mansel, say your son is 16.
Right.
Yeah, and how are you in his life? How were you in his life?
Well, I was in his life all the way up until he was like 6 months old. And then his mama started wanting to try to take me out for child support at that time. And cause we weren't together, you know what I'm saying? It was like a friends with benefits thing when we was dealing with each other. So it wasn't like out of love or anything like that. But I was taking care of my responsibility.
Yes, sir.
And she decided she wanted to get on Section 8 and get on child support and lie about me not being responsible for my child, but I kept all my receipts and everything when she was denying me to see him and denying me to buy him things and stuff like that. So then once I beat that, she cut me off completely. And then I came back into his life when he was like 10.
Okay.
She called me and told me he wanted to talk to me. And then as you know, as them crooked baby mamas, you know what I'm saying? They'll let the child talk to the daddy a couple of days, then cut them off, and then blame it on the daddy, like the daddy don't want to talk to him.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about because I've been in that situation. So, from what you were telling me, from what you're saying, it was basically like a 9 to 10 year
Yeah,
period that you guys didn't get to speak with each other.
right,
Yeah,
right.
why is his mother? Why was she so vindictive? Or was she punishing you for the lack of time that you guys had together, or was she just punishing you for financial gain?
Uh, the financial gain, and then she couldn't get it because it wasn't like I was refusing to take care of my child. It wasn't no purpose of me having to do it by the courts. You know what I'm saying? When I was doing it before the courts, she wanted to do it by the courts and lost because I had legal representation. You know what I'm saying? I had evidence that back my story up. And then that's what it was. She was like she couldn't get no money from me, so I couldn't see my child.
So basically, it was a pull to try to get some financial type assistance, whether it come from you or the government.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But
So
I tried to give her. I would call and text him, be like, "Yo, what my son need, and can I get my son on the weekend?" And it'd be like, "Nah, we don't need nothing from you. Don't text my phone and all of that until that she just blocked me from everything, social media, phone number, and then the worst thing it was, I go through the family members,
mhm.
and they wouldn't even help me see my son. So it was only until he got about 12 during COVID time, and I came down that she allowed me to spend like a month with him.
Just spend like a month with him, and that was so you came down. So from what you're telling me, you're living in Washington State, correct?
Yeah, I'm in Washington State right now.
And you came down to visit him, or did he come to visit you, or was it?
Well, no, my family is down there, so I had a lot of older family, and COVID was hitting the older family hard. So I wanted to be close to my family during that time. So yeah, I went down there, and the first thing I did was go try to see him.
Okay, okay.
And then she let me get him, and then he came and he was with me for a month, and then she started acting up and wanted him back home because I stayed down there for about like 2 years, so I could have kept him the whole while, but
Yeah.
it took him to school and everything, but she when it was about time for him to go back to school, she wanted me to drop him off, and I was like, nah, I wanted to take him to school and talk to his teachers and stuff like that, see how he doing in school.
Yeah.
And she made a big argument about that. And then my son told me to go on here to take him home so it won't be no argument. Took him home. Came the next morning, seen him outside playing. He never went to school. So talking to him further, come to find out he didn't go to school for 42 days.
Wow.
And so and then social service done been to the house already.
Wow.
So so I went in there and talked to her about it. And she gave me the whole rigmarole. Oh, you just not coming back into his life. You ain't the daddy of the year. You can't come in his house trying to tell me how to raise him, and you ain't been around. And I'm like, why I ain't been around. My son ain't had no phone in his single digit years. You know what I'm saying? I have to go through you to get to him, and he got to go through you to get to me. So if you blocking each way, then it's not my fault. And then I'm not gonna go knocking and banging on your door just for him to see me get locked up.
Yeah, it sounds to me like she's trying to do some type of motive to act out so your son could see you in that capacity.
Right.
Yeah, but salute King for not falling for that trap. So let me ask you this: uh, did you? I mean, when you were seeing his mother, and I don't want to get too deep in your business, you didn't see no red flags. Did she have other kids that's older than him or younger than him, or what? You didn't see no red flags with this situation because I
Well,
preached it in the show. Sometimes
well,
we gotta watch where we plant our seed. You know what I mean?
right. Right,
Hmm.
I didn't learn that until later on in life. And see, I was young. I was about, I think I was about 16, 17 years old,
Yeah,
around about that time, and I was in the streets heavy. So, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, it was like a friend with benefits. When we saw each other, we were together, but we didn't have no claimants to each other. You know what I'm saying?
got you.
So, and even when she got pregnant, I wasn't raised like that. I was raised in the country, and I resided in Goldsboro.
Right,
So I was raised that if I had dealings with her and she was pregnant, even though she had dealings with other people, it could be a possible be mine. So I stuck around to make sure it was mine.
right. See,
Yeah.
salute to you. Salute to you for standing up, being a man, even though there was a possibility. He couldn't have been yours. What's your son by
Right.
the What's his name? Because I don't want to just uh, make him sound like an object. I want to know his name so I can call him by his name instead of him or he or whatever.
It's Jair Smith.
That's yeah, Zaire. So because when I hear about Jeff's baby mamas, it makes me sick to my stomach. Uh,
Yeah.
I, let's move on. So let's go to the day that him, Jair, and the other kids' names were uh, met with Miss the baby Jaleeah Toone. Let's talk about. You said you didn't, from what I understand it, you didn't hear about this until was it right after Christmas or Christmas Day or something like that?
No, I heard about it the day that it happened.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, through a homeboy of mine, but he didn't know who the shooters were.
okay.
He was just like a 13-year-old girl got shot out there in Alpha Arms by three teenagers. And my first thought was my son, because I'm like, man, he back down there in Goldsboro, and what I'm saying, I don't know what he doing. I ain't nobody telling me nothing, but I had a feeling that he had something to do with it. So I got on live, and I spoke about it first before I found out it was my son.
Okay.
So I got on live, and I spoke about it, and then I started asking people, who were the teenagers? I need to know the names of the teenagers. So they was trying to find the names for me. And so a couple of my friends down there was hitting me up, and one of them kind of gave me a hint to one of the names. And then I told my wife, I called my wife and I told my wife, and she went and searched on Wayne County District Court docket online and found the paperwork. And that's when I really knew it was him.
I mean, the moment that you realized it was him, the, what went through your head? Walk through that.
Man, I'm talking about it was. I mean, I was already had that vibe that he was a part of it. You know what I'm saying? And when I saw the name, because I really didn't believe my wife at first, because I was like, send me the paperwork. I need to see the paperwork.
Mhm.
So when she sent me the paperwork and I scrolled down and saw it, man, nothing but tears just came out. Came out of me. I just started bawling out, crying because I couldn't believe it. Cause I'm like, he just left. I said, he just ran away from here. It ain't been nothing but 4 months since he left my house.
So he was in Washington with you.
He was in Washington with me because he had got his mama in some trouble. His mama was about to get arrested. She was about to go to court for him not going to school. CPS had pressed charges on her for him not going to school. And then he had broke into one of the apartments out there where she lived at.
Oh.
And so they was going to press charges on him and evict her. So the scapegoat was come my way. You know what I'm saying? Which I already knew that's what it was, but I'm like, I get a chance to get my son. You know what I'm saying? Without no argument.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's willing to give him to me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe when I get him down here, you know, it's too far for her to just come up here and get him. So I'm like, you know, I got him. He's in my custody now. I got the birth certificate, the social security card. I put him in school. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, he's not going back. I said, I'm gonna fight for him not to go back. And yeah, and then, you know, she started manipulating him over the phone. I had took his phone. And then he started talking to her at school. And then next thing I know, he started back rebellion. He was doing good after a while. You know, about the first 2 months, he was doing good.
So,
and then that third.
So overall, I didn't mean to cut you off. So
Oh, no, you go ahead.
Yeah, he was generally a good kid.
Yeah. When I left him after COVID, man, he was a normal kid. I asked him what he wanted to do. You know, he wants to be an NBA player. You know what I'm saying? And all of that. He was a normal kid playing basketball, all that.
Yeah.
He wasn't talking about drill rap. None of that. It was after I left. After his mama threatened to call the police on me. After I spoke to her about him not going to school, and he couldn't see me no more because she, you know what I'm saying, she kept him from seeing me then. I guess something triggered in him. And you know what I'm saying? And he started rebellion real bad, or it was the, you know what I'm saying, the mama new boyfriend, because he was a hood dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what triggered it, but I know that the lifestyle in Goldsboro was part of it. It was like he didn't feel accepted unless he was around me.
Right. So let's go this route, Mansel. Do you feel that you've done it? And to me, I'm going to answer it for you, but do you feel that you have done all you could do as a father to prevent these things happening? And you said there was a 9-year, 10-year gap between you guys. So
Right.
hands were kind of tied because there was, honest with you, there was an 11-year gap with me and my oldest daughter, but we picked up where we left off. But I mean, do you feel like in the time that you spent with him that they allowed you to spend with Jaleeah, do you feel like you've done everything you could as a father?
No, because he was already too much damaged when I got him, you know, and by me already being in that type of situation before with myself growing up and being out there, I knew it was gonna take a long time. You know what I'm saying, to get him there, but I had to be on him. You know what I'm saying? So. And then I got a 2-year-old, so it was I was trying to juggle both, you know what I'm saying, and keep up with him at the same time. Now I was going to his school, making sure he was doing what he's supposed to. I was checking the school laptop thing that tracks him in the school. Man, I was on top of him, but it was too much for him too, because like I said, where he grew up at is different to where it's up here.
He was what we call here is just a poisonous atmosphere, and
Yeah.
that's what gets most of our kids. But
yeah, he was already deep in, and I was willing to go through the battle with him, you know, and every day me and my wife, you know, let him know, look, yo, you know, we here with you. You know what I'm saying? We gonna show you the ropes. We're not just gonna tell you. We're gonna show you.
Yeah, amen, amen to that. You mentioned to me that he said he wanted to be an NBA player. What what steps did he take of making that dream happen? I mean, was he taking his practices serious? Was he taking doing the school as serious as he should have? Because point that I'm taking you out of the equation because
Right,
this was 9 or 10 years,
right,
10-year gap that you didn't have your hands on him to mold him and to guide him into the vision you wanted him to be in. So,
right.
what do you know of any steps he was taking while he was with you?
You said why he wasn't with me?
No, the steps that he was taking to become an NBA player.
Why he was living with me, or
See,
why he wasn't with me?
yeah, when he was with you, was he making?
Oh, yeah, I took him to the Y.
Okay.
He was gonna join the basketball team at his school.
No.
You know, yeah, and I took him to the Y so he can. I said some of these kids might go to your school, go out. You know, you can go play with them. They tell the coach, they get you on the team. And you know what I'm saying? And you shine like that, and you go to college, all that.
Okay.
And he was with it. He was with it. It was just like I said. It was just them phone calls he had down down there in Goldsboro.
Yeah, I don't see the attraction. No disrespect to Gold, but because I've been there, but I choose Washington every single time. I choose Washington every single time. So I think you mentioned to me earlier that you have spoken to Jaleeah's mother or her family. What did they say?
Oh, I just I hit her up on Messenger, and and I apologized to her. You know what I'm saying, that it was my son because I grew up knowing her family. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know her personally, but I know some people in her family, and I was cool with them, and I'm still cool with them to this day. And it was just, and I'm like, man, I got to apologize because that was my son. You know what I'm saying? That interacted with that, and I don't know if he was the bullet that came from his gun is the one that did it or not. But I know he was there. He participated.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I knew these people. And you know what I'm saying? I would feel bad if I just didn't say nothing to them at all. You know what I'm saying? And they find out it was my son, and I haven't apologized or nothing. And my son, he really can't apologize, so I'm apologizing for him too.
Yeah.
You know?
I had a discussion about this earlier where these, uh, sometimes some parents, and I'm not going to defend my children when they're in the wrong. I'm thinking from way it sounded, they thought you may have wanted to do that, but you seem super stand up, and you seem like you were holding him accountable. But I want to talk about his mom a little bit.
Right.
I want to talk about her a little bit more.
Right.
She apologized to Jaleeah's family or no?
As far as I know, no. Nobody has able to get in contact with her. She didn't even contact me when it went down. You
That's what
know, and
I want to talk about that. So
yeah,
didn't know nothing.
didn't know nothing. Like I said, I had to do my own digging.
That's insane. As a father, you want to be the first person to be notified.
Right. No matter what we going through or what we got going on, that's something serious right there. You know what I'm saying? That's just like him going to jail is just like him getting killed.
Right.
That's important for me to know.
So the other two gentlemen that was with him, do you know those guys? Because
No, I don't know them. I probably know their parents. You know what I'm saying? If I met their parents, but them personally, nah, I don't know them. No, his mother know them. You know, but I don't know them.
I mean, here's my thing. She didn't see, and I get on mothers on my show, and if you watch my show enough, you'll see I don't play this with these no good mamas. I just don't play this. Uh, what was she doing to prevent him from getting in this type of hole?
Nothing,
No.
nothing. Because if she really wanted to prevent it, you know, and she really wasn't with what he was doing, she shouldn't have snuck up here or convinced my son to run away so she can get him back to Goldsboro.
So
She would have,
he
yeah,
yeah. Oh wow.
he, yeah, he ended up, well, he ran away 3 times, and that's why I had to take his phone from him because of the conversations they was having. Because the second time he ran away, she told him over the phone to kill everybody in this house.
Wow.
Yeah, and once I heard that, and I went on here in defense mode, and I jumped all in his face, and I was like, "You ain't about that life." So you know what I'm saying? Don't try to do what they tell you to do over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Cause I got a 2-year-old, and if you want to try that, I'm gonna treat you like somebody in the street now.
absolutely,
You know
absolutely.
what I'm saying? I said, now, I said, so I took his phone from him. I said, you're not talking to your mama. You know what I'm saying? You just gonna have to get used to not talking to your mama for right now until she get on the same page with me, with getting you right. Cause what she telling you to do is gonna end you up in prison for the rest of your life.
Yeah. In your honest opinion, Mansell, do you feel like his mother is mentally disturbed in any way?
Yeah. I think she has some issues. You know what I'm saying? She's definitely bipolar. I know that. You know, but that don't make no excuse though. You know what I'm saying? Because you got other kids that I know you treat way better and make sure that what I'm saying, they doing what they supposed to do. But besides my son,
So your son is the oldest, correct?
he's the next to the oldest.
Okay. So I mean, this is where it gets bothersome for me. Why, if he has a big brother, big sister? Hey, man, that ain't what we need to be doing. This ain't what we need to be doing.
Because the big sister the same way.
So she's toxic too.
She was pregnant at 14 by a 27-year-old.
Jesus.
And her mama was all right with that. I wasn't all right with it, and because I knew her daughter ever since she was little. You know what I'm saying? When I was dealing with her mama, and I'm like, man, come on, your daughter. She doesn't even look like she's. I know there's 14-year-olds out there that look older than 14,
Yeah.
and you might mistake if they lie. But her daughter, she looks like she's 14.
Jesus. Yeah. She looks part of a child. In other words, she look.
Right.
Yeah, bro. So I ain't gonna keep you that much longer, bro, because I just wanted to. But I do want to ask you a couple more questions.
Oh, you go ahead, man. I got time.
Okay. So if if you could talk to Jair right now as a father, what would you say to him right now?
Um, well, I actually wrote him a letter, so I'm sending him a letter off tomorrow. But yeah, I would tell him that you made your choice. When you was with me, I tried to get you on the right path and steer you away from this. But this is what you chose to go back to. Only thing I can do is support you now through this situation and try to help you survive prison through my experience, and and try to get you motivated because I got a trucking business, I got a box truck business that he's a part of. So if he gets short time, he still got a job. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, but now he should know who to hang around with and make better choices because he gonna have a long time to think about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the North Carolina laws and what that entails, but it looks like it's going to be a hefty sentence. And,
Well, I'm gonna try to speak on his behalf as far as his mental. You know how he was influenced to do that because, like I said, when his mama took him back, she kicked him out, and he had to go live with the other 16-year-old boy.
right,
So he had to do whatever that 16-year-old boy wanted him to do because that's where he was living at. It was either that or the streets.
yeah,
But he could have called me, but he didn't have my number because, like I said, I'm a long distance, and I got his phone here, so he got a new phone down there that didn't have my number in there, so he couldn't call me, and his mama wasn't gonna call me, so he had no choice but to follow behind them.
that's, I mean, again, and I keep using this as a father. I mean, you be in the most vulnerable position that you
Right,
could be in, man, because this is out of your control at this moment.
right,
It's out of your control. This is something that could have been in control if this woman allowed it to play out. Let me be with my son. You can't raise my son. You can't teach my son how to be a man. All you do
right,
is teaching him how to inhale toxic atmosphere.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Uh, if you could speak to Jaleeah right now, what would you say to her?
I am so sorry. I am so sorry that these kids chose this day to do something so savage, and I just wish they would have chose chose to go do something else with their life. So you'll still be here to chill with your family, and definitely your father. You know,
Yeah, her sister, and I didn't mean to cut you off. Her sister
yeah,
said she was so scared she couldn't believe it happened. I don't know if you've seen her interview, but
yeah, I've seen it,
but what goes through your head when you hear her speak? Like she
man.
her sister's taking her last breath and she seemed scared. That brings tears to your eyes because it did me.
Man, it hurt me that she got to live with that image in her head of her sister.
Mhm.
You know, that's not gonna never go away. When she remember her sister, she got to remember her sister like that. You know what I'm saying? Along with the other memories that she got to try to cloud that memory over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But that picture gonna always be there. You know, and I'm telling you, it's sad, and that's why what I'm saying. I'm like everybody involved in this situation need to be held accountable because you not only took a life, but you damaged other lives. You know what I'm saying? On top of that,
yeah. She was definitely. I don't even know her. Of course, I don't know her, but just looking at the pictures and the videos that they've been posting, she she's a sweet little
yeah, yeah,
girl.
yeah.
She's, well, I appreciate you stopping by, Mansell, and listen. You come on here anytime you get ready. Anytime you get ready, and we'll chop it up as much as you want to. Um, Thank you for stopping by. I'm gonna send you a copy of this so you can for yourself.
All right, no problem, man. Appreciate you for having me.
Anytime, just stop by anytime.
All right, man.
Thank you, brother.
You're welcome. Thank you.
That was my man Mansel Robinson. He's our first exclusive guest on this Disrespected podcast show. We want to thank him, and knowing what he's going through as a dad right now, that has got to be the worst feeling that your child has taken away another child and there is nothing you can do about it. Once again, this has been the Disrespected Podcast Show. And please remember to hit that like, share, and subscribe button and hit the notification so we can know, so you can know when we are dropping another video.